Okay, today is chapter 11, lesson 3. We're moving forward now to talk about just dividing by a fraction. Okay, not just a unit fraction, but any fraction. Okay, our learning goal today is to use reciprocals to divide by a fraction. So let's remind ourselves, dividing a fraction is the same as what?
Multiplying by the reciprocal of a divisor.
Let's say that together.
Multiplying by the reciprocal of the divisor.
Okay, so yesterday we talked about having a fraction, like for example 6/11ths, and let's say we are going to divide it by a counting number. Let's say by 2. Let's remind ourselves, how would we do 6/11ths divided by 2? We know that dividing is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal of the divisor. So what's the divisor in this case? What number is my divisor? Is it 6/11ths or is it 2? Riley? 2. Okay, 2 is my divisor. And what is the reciprocal of that divisor? Arjun? 1/2. So I know that 6/11ths divided by 2 is the same thing as 6/11ths times 1/2. Whoa. Good. Okay, then I can multiply across the numerators and multiply across the denominators. What's 6 times 1? Okay, good. And what is 11 times 2? 22. Okay. Can I simplify this fraction?
Yes.
Okay, how can I simplify it? Abiram?
You can simplify the 2 by making it a 1. Like,
I have 6 20-seconds. How do I simplify 6 20-seconds?
oh. So then you have to divide both the numbers by 2 by 2.
Okay, so what's 6 divided by 2?
6 divided by 2.
Good. And what's 22 divided by 2?
11.
Good. Okay, so we know, and then how can we multiply to check our answer? What can I multiply? Dara?
3/11ths times 2.
Good. 3/11ths times 2. And if our answer is correct, 2 is the same as 2 over 1. If our answer is correct, what should it equal? What do we want our answer to equal? Atharva?
6/11.
Good. So let's see if it does. Let's multiply across the numerators and denominators. 3 times 2 is? And 11 times 1 is? Can we put a check mark? Good. All right. Okay, so here is our word problem for today. Hannah and her family have 3 hours of family videos. If each tape is 3/4 of an hour long, how many videos in all do they have? Okay, let's think about what this question is asking for a second. How many of you guys have tapes of your childhood on, or maybe DVDs? I don't know what you guys do now, or like video clips on your computer of when you were kids or of your family, right? Those are called family videos. Okay, so Hannah's family, hands down, Hannah's family has 3 hours of these videos. Okay, but each tape is only 3/4 of an hour long. So how many tapes in all does she have? How many of these 3/4 hours long videos does she have in order to have 3 hours worth of videos? Okay, so in your head, you think, okay, this question is asking me, how many groups of 3/4 are there in 3? Right, because we have 3 hours. We want to figure out how many 3/4 hour long tapes fit inside those 3 hours. Yes? Good. So our first method to solve this is to use a diagram. Okay, remember a diagram is the same as a picture, it's the same as a model. Okay, so go ahead and write method 1, use a diagram. What you need to do then is to draw a picture to represent the hours. How many hours of videos do we have? Does Hannah's family have? Goni? 3. So let's draw 3 hours worth of videos. 1, 2, 3. Now, since our fractions that we're working with are fourths, let's divide each hour into fourths. Okay, so first I'll divide it into half and then into fourths. Does my diagram represent 3 hours that are divided into fourths? Yes. Good. Okay, then step 2, remember we're trying to see how many groups of 3/4 are there in these 3 hours. Okay, so now we're going to divide the drawing into groups of 3/4. So here's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. Right? So we're going to circle these 3/4. That's one group. Okay. Then we're going to count 3 more fourths. 1, 2, 3. That's another group of 3/4. Go ahead and circle it. Okay, we have another group of 3/4. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and circle it. And then we have one more group of 3. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and circle it. Then you count how many numbers, how many groups you have. How many groups of 3/4 do we have in these 3 hours? Jonathan?
4.
Good, we have 4 groups. Oops. Okay, so this shows that Hannah has 4 videos. Each video is 3 3/4 hours long, and altogether they have 3 hours worth of footage. Make sense? Okay, method 2 then is our friend multiplying by the reciprocal of the divisor. Okay, so let's first write down our equation. So Hannah's family had how many hours worth of videos? 3 hours. Okay, so we had 3 hours of videos. Whoa. That's not nice. Hold on. Okay, 3 hours of videos. And how long was each tape? How many hours can each tape hold? Ruba?
3/4.
3/4. So we have 3 divided by 3/4. Okay. Now, we know that division is the same as multiplication by what?
By the reciprocal.
The reciprocal of the divisor. Great. So what is the divisor in our problem here? 3 divided by 3/4. What is our divisor? Satvika?
3/4.
3/4. Here it is. That's the divisor. So what is the reciprocal of that divisor? Heyman?
4/3.
4/3. So we know that 3 divided by 3/4 is the same then as 3 times 4/3. Can we solve this problem now? We multiply across well, first then it says look for common multiples. So we know that 3 is the same as 3/1, right? And 4/3. Are there any common multiples? Remember, we can look for things that are the same in the numerator and the denominator. Is there anything that's the same? Ria?
3 and 3.
Oh, so we can cross those out and make those into 1. So now we can multiply across the numerators. 4 times 1 equals
4.
4. And 1 times 1 equals?
1.
4/1 is the same as what?
4.
So how many tapes does Hannah's family have?
4.
Good. 4 tapes. Now, what can we multiply to check our answer? What can we multiply to check our answer? Satvika?
Maybe 4 times 3/4.
Good. 4 times 3/4. And if our answer is correct, we should get what number as our answer?
3.
Okay, so let's multiply across the numerators. 4 times 3 is?
12.
Good. And denominators, 1 times 4 is?
4.
Can I simplify 12 over 4? What does that equal?
3.
Is that what we're looking for?
Yes.
Good. Good.